to talk amongst yourselves, but we do want to go ahead and get started with Fresh Start Mornings, our third Wednesday here at Reformation Brewery. I'm Lee Smith, and I'm with the Cherokee Office of Economic Development, and thank you so much for being here to support one of our local businesses here, NYX Training Center. COVID not only does Fresh Start Mornings, we're actually pretty unique in that we do offerings for our workforce development and film, we do business retention and recruitment. We are here to support the ecosystem here in Cherokee County. And Fresh Start Mornings is just a small way that we do that through educational panels or having businesses come and pitch and share their challenges and share it with other local businesses because you've probably been there before and you can help lend some advice to them. So we want to create a culture of community of entrepreneurship. And I mentioned Fresh Start Mornings. We also have the Circuit, which is at the downtown Chattahoochee Tech campus in Woodstock, which is a co-working space, a student center, a coffee shop. Come and meet local entrepreneurs. And the first Wednesday of the month, we host Fresh Start Mornings there. And then NAV is our next program where we really support those local businesses with mentoring. So it's a business that has the ability to scale up and grow. One of our mentors is here now, Colin, and we pair ventures with mentors that help guide them through their business journey. And then, as you all know, nothing happens alone. We have community partners, the city, the county, Reformation Brewery. They lend us their space, coffee. We have Circle of Friends at the Circuit. We have Bronson Kurtz here, who does our photography, and owns Polar IT Night Services. Porter Publishing, Gerald would be with us this morning, but he's usually the one that's handling microphones and speakers and live streaming for us. So we have Hannah that's handling that today. And then last but not least, I'm going to bring up Justin Luis. He is with a local insurance company here, but he's one of our volunteers, and he's very gracious to come and MC the event. So he's going to kick us off with NYX Training Center.
Thank you very much, Lee. Everybody give it up for Lee. And listen, if you're a guest with us today and you have not participated or gotten to know anyone that works with co-ed, it's phenomenal. Cherokee County has so many different resources pouring back into local businesses. And I went over your guys' little bio. We're blown away in the presence. I don't know if you know who's up here on the stage, but when I read the bio, I got pretty pumped about it. So let me read this for you guys. So we have Michael and then Dara. Am I saying it correct? Michael and Dara. So listen to this. Michael Johnson is a two-time national finalist on American Ninja Warrior. Raise your hand if you've seen American Ninja Warrior. Yeah, you've seen a couple of times. Yeah. And so it means so much to me. My kids are grown up kind of watching and stuff. So when I read it, I was like, no way. And he has served as a consultant for American Ninja Warrior as well, and the Titan Games in obstacle testing. Michael is one of the most well-respected coaches in the ninja community. The athletes he has trained includes Vance Walker, who's the youngest athlete to reach Stage 3 in American Ninja Warrior finals. If you know anything about Stage 3, it's pretty difficult to get through Stages 1 and 2. Matthew Hall, one of the top-ranked elite ninja athletes in the country. Christopher Harding Jones and Ethan, I will not pronounce the last name, both, gotcha. In 2022 American Ninja Warrior National Finalists, Stages 1 and 3. Multiple other teenagers currently ranked in the top 3 in their respective age groups as well. As well as an outstanding coach, Michael is also a dedicated personal trainer. Through Fusion, Michael will continue to build a robust community of elite athletes with strong healthy support systems. So there's Michael's bio, and then for Dara is the current U.S., are you ready for this, parkour style champion. You guys believe it? Do you know what parkour is? They're going to tell you a little bit more, but it's that's pretty impressive that you guys are partnering up together. An experienced ninja warrior athlete, as well as former elite gymnast. A well-respected figure in both communities, Dara is currently coaches 5 nationally ranked athletes all over the world, and hopefully champions hopeful in 2022 and 2023. She's been running competitive programs for ninja, parkour, and gymnasts for 5 years. With creation of Fusion Athletes, she'll become the youngest female owner in her field. She plans to continue to use this position to leverage support for female athletes in the fitness community. So if you guys can, give me a round of applause.
Alright, good morning guys. Glad to see everyone here. Oh, I feel like my voice carries. Alright, sweet. I'm a coach. Don't worry. Hi. As you said before, I'm Coach MJ. This is Coach Dara. I'm super glad that all of you have stepped in and want to take in our presentation. So, our company story, first and foremost, Dara and I are coaches, professional athletes, and we ultimately paired up and partnered together because before we got to where we are now, we coached at a gym called NYX Fitness. NYX Fitness is no longer open and running.
Michael, if you'd be willing to use the mic so it can pick up for the...
Oh, for I got
Yes. Thanks so much.
Hola. ¿Cómo estás? Bien, me too. Alright, like I was saying. So our company story, as coaches and professional athletes, ourselves, we know what it's like to dedicate your life, your mission, your goals towards striving for something that you feel is bigger than yourself. You know, for any of you who might have played collegiate, high school, or just maybe even rec ball, it starts off with a small goal of, well, I just want this many points, or I just want to help my team, or I just want to accomplish this. And as you continue to strive for it, as you continue to work hard, those goals just get bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's pretty much our company in a nutshell. We started just wanting to take care of the couple hundred kids that we were coaching at the time, and to continue to create and foster an environment for them that unfortunately was no longer there. So it went from us trying to fill a gap and a void to creating this beautiful community that not only fosters great athletes, but great people. At least I think so. Next slide. All right, yeah, so this is exactly why we did it. I don't know if you guys are familiar with NYX Fitness that was in or on Canton. It was a really big facility that taught both parkour and Ninja Warrior, and that's where Coach Dara and I got our footing in coaching. At that location, we coached roughly like a little over 100 and we'll call it closer to 200 kids. The business, we'll just say, didn't make it through COVID, and with that being said, Coach Dara and I were looking at different coaching opportunities, whether here or in other states. There were so many of our kids that we knew wouldn't have proper coaching that we sat down, we went over some of the numbers, and we looked at how difficult it might be to start our own, simply because her and I, we coached 90% of those classes, and we didn't want to leave the kids behind after creating those relationships and being with them for so long. So at our gym, we offer a plethora of different classes and things of that nature. World Chase Tag, I don't know if you guys are familiar with it. Do you guys know what World Chase Tag is? Oh yeah, nice, thank you. That is Coach Dara, she's talented. So the green light just means that she gets a point, she gets her evasion. So we go over, we have World Chase Tag, tumbling, American Ninja Warrior, that's Mateo. Anything Mateo can do, you can do too. Parkour, that is James. Awesome. Anything James does, I promise, we can teach you. Just come to a couple of the classes. And then, of course, I know you guys want to learn your back flips, your back tucks, your aerials. I got you. Yes. So with that being said, we have a couple of problems that we are looking to solve. Oh yeah, this is the problems that we're solving. American Ninja Warrior and World Chase Tag are two shows that are becoming very popular, and they're niche sports, they're new opportunities. And these sports, like, I know that it's not seen every day on your ESPN or on some of your reels, but the sports that we offer teach an amazing amount of air awareness, body control, hand-eye coordination, and I personally think it's one of the greatest, if not the greatest, crossover sports to exist. Going from American Ninja Warrior Parkour or World Chase Tag into a baseball, football, soccer, it doesn't matter what sport it is, we build our athletes from the ground up starting with their core and then their mobility. So in a short stint, maybe a season, 2 seasons, spent with Coach Dara and I as World Chase Tag, Parkour, or American Ninja Warrior athletes, they come out with a newfound sense of, once again, hand-eye, because if you guys have ever watched this show, could you imagine the amount of hand-eye coordination it takes to throw yourself 5 feet in the air, look at a small circular object, get both hands on grab, redirect yourself, and then build again? So we build a different version and a next level of athlete that we feel is unique and ultimately will transition well into any sport that they might want to continue to do, whether it is ninja or parkour. Yeah, so these are the classes that we offer, like we said, and our age ranges start anywhere from 4 to 16, and then again from 25 to 50. We have that middle age too, but they're at the bottom right now, in the sense of class size. So American Ninja Warrior, as I'm pretty sure a lot of you have seen, is the sport of, we'll call it, have any of you guys done obstacle course races? All right, it's a series of obstacles. On the television show, qualifiers are 6 to 7 obstacles. On finals or semis, that goes from 7 to around 13, and then it progresses as you go on and on and on. And it takes a lot of upper body dexterity, hand-eye, foot dexterity, balance, core, and strength. Parkour originated in Paris, in France. It's the sport of getting from point A to point B as fast and efficiently as possible. The firefighters or local firefighters in France used it and developed it in order to get around the city more effectively, to help prevent and then fight those fires. And now it's grown into a beautiful sport that's made its way from across seas to where we are now. World Chase Tag was originated in England, just two guys and their sons/nephews in a park playing tag, and it went from that small park to small venues, to big venues, to gyms, and now on ESPN as well. We'll go more into detail about World Chase Tag because it's such a fun and new sport. And then tumbling, I feel like a lot of you guys know what tumbling is, right? Coach Dara spearheads our tumbling class. We have tumbling classes for adults, teens, and kids. So these are our solutions, along with, like, we do birthday parties, events, camps, things of that nature that help to get the sport itself out there to the community. So our target customer base is families looking for or looking to put their kids in functional fitness sports, and adults looking to build strength and exercise. We don't want you guys to think that we're just here for the 4, 5, 6-year-olds. We're building athletes and then also functional fitness for anybody that would want it. So if you have your 4-year-old and you want to build that sense of mobility or like a functional athlete, it doesn't matter if you're as young as 4 or as old as 65, because I want to say our oldest member is indeed 65, and he does wonders. He's going to Worlds. He's kind of scary. I'm sorry, Worlds is like our finals. We have finals this weekend, and Mike, for American Ninja Warrior, and Mike Monty Cup is 65, and he's qualified for Worlds. So he's going to go up and get, that's what I'm saying, come on down. We're going to be in North Carolina having a bunch of fun with that. Questions?
Yeah, thank you guys. Let's go ahead and give a round of applause, and then I'll go to the questions.
So it's cool that you guys have the backing of a national stage on television, and then so now how can we help build that here locally for you guys as a business? So first question, I'll ask the question, you guys feel free to answer. How can we all help spread the word about the gym more effectively, more maybe efficiently as well?
That's a good question. In all honesty, go for it. In all honesty, I would like to say for how to spread the gym more effectively, a lot of our new business have come from just word of mouth. from people coming into the gym, experiencing the customer service, and then ultimately the joy that people get while coming into our facility. I think because it's such not a lot of people know about the sport of Ninja Warrior or World Chase Tag or parkour, that just creating conversation will help get the word out there, because we've heard a lot of, we didn't even know you guys were here, or we've been looking for something like this. My kid doesn't like baseball. He tried karate for 2 weeks and dropped it. Like, this is what we've been looking for. We just didn't know that you guys were open. We just opened 8 months ago, so us pushing it out there has slowly started to gather some families and eyes and things of that nature, but there's a bigger pool of people that are looking for what we are. And I just think if we can continue to create conversation and to give great community, like reach out to the community and customer service, that will come back to us. And so far, it's been working.
I'll just ask, is there anyone in the room that has a business that has struggled to spread the word efficiently and get your word out, that you can kind of give some advice to our presenters today? Bronson?
Yes. Would you like a microphone?
So thank you for coming out. My son also goes at your place, so it's pretty cool. There's a lot of ways to spread the word for business, and obviously we'll all give different suggestions. You have to find the one that works best for you. And Colin, he's a professional in business startups. He knows a lot. He could probably pick his brain. He probably knows more about most of us. But I know I was just in another networking group earlier, called Canton Business Club, and we heard a couple of things spoken about the benefits of being part of a community. And so, like on Facebook, for example, someone will say, "Hey, look, like on Cherokee Connect, where can I bring my kids for the summer?" And if no one knows about you, no one's going to mention you. And so, I think an easy way to get visibility is kind of like that slow domino effect. Whereas if you come to this event here, someone, either you or someone that works here goes to like that event over there on a regular basis, over time you get a lot of visibility. And then over time you start, people just identifying who you are as a business and as a person, and that just has an effect. So like, several people I know now, people like, look, I'm looking for a marketer. Like everyone tags the person who presented the last Fresh Start Mornings 2 weeks ago, Kyle Porter. Now people tag him all over the place, but he did that the Fresh Start Mornings, but also been attending regular networking in this community for a year. So we can talk about what that might look like. That's one avenue you could do to get like that people where you become recognizable to the people that are local, and they start recommending you, and the next thing you know, it becomes this like avalanche of recognition. But it does start off slow.
There's a gentleman behind you. You can pass the
Just to answer the question, how can we find out what businesses would be interested in partnering with us for events? I know my organization, Insperity, we're always looking for companies we can partner with to not only benefit for our team, but also support. And so I'm going to take the word back and say, hey, I think we should check into these guys, bring you guys to our company, let you perform what you do as a company event, and then through that I know we'll spread the word. So just throwing that out there. A question I have is families. Do you go mobile? You may have mentioned this, I came in a little bit late, but from a mobile standpoint to where, I've got a family of 4 kids, ages 12 to 5. I think as a team event, kind of as a family/team event, to do something like that from a health standpoint, just as an idea. Have you guys thought about that?
Yeah, so at our last endeavor, they did events mobile-wise, like they brought out a mobile rig and they would do like Halloween, or like we set up at different homeschool events and vendorships. But in order for us to facilitate the class and the class structure that we do, it currently is just at location. If you took a tour of the location, it's set up specifically for like our style of coaching and class, and we do offer classes for everywhere from the ages of 4 and up, and we have actually, funny enough, family boot camp. So we're like, if you wanted to learn these skills in a session together with your family, you could.
Cool. Thank you.
Another question. In my mind, when I think of parkour, I think of things kids do or 18-year-olds do. It might be a little scary for someone like me to do that. So, I haven't been to your website, so I don't know. So if you've already done this, let me know. But like,
No, go for it.
is there a way, like, we're trying to attract a 25 to 50 crowd? You know, what is it? Have you done anything to let people know that at 50 they can do parkour, like, and they can do it safely and have fun with it, or is it something that still feels intimidating?
So right now we only advertise like our adult ninja class, but my dad loves to come in and do parkour with me all the time. He's 57, I think. And then once adults see my dad doing it, they're more willing to go over there and do it, or they're willing to go over there and do it for kids. And we offer adult parkour classes, and it's advertised on our website, and we teach adults how to do it safely. But we understand that it can be really intimidating once you get older to jump on wooden boxes and hit the ground and roll. So the ninja is an easier way to ease over into that. Parkour is a little bit more heavy on the body than ninja is. But once people generally get in and they see the gym and they start doing ninja, they'll transfer over to that, or we'll chase tag as well.
Is there content online that shows older people doing this?
Not our content, but there is content online outside of the office. Don't think Michael Scott, but there are some other older athletes, parkour athletes, that are online running parkour lines and things like that.
Parkour athletes, like people like normal people that maybe aren't.
Normal old
The older parkour athletes consider themselves as normal people is what I'm saying. So like, yeah, so yeah, like you're 30 or 40 or 50, and it's just there's a heavier set gentleman that goes by the name, his handle is if I'm not mistaken, like the chubby tricker, and it's like he's a bro is solid though. He's maybe I want to say my height, so 6 foot. We'll call it like 220, but he's throwing carts, he's throwing sides. Oh, I'm sorry, yeah, I'm naming tricks. He's doing a lot of flips online, and there's a lot of content like that of people that you wouldn't per se like visually look at immediately and go, that guy's a parkour athlete, or that young lady's a parkour. It's just it's out there. We just don't have any ourselves yet. At the moment.
So the way you just presented it just now, the energy, and the laughing, and the smiling, and you created like potential. Ooh, maybe I want to try that. Is there a way to get that from you online, or if I'm looking at your film?
Yeah.
I don't know, like on Google Maps or Facebook or your website, like, oh, I do think I can do this, or then it kind of breaks down that fear barrier for older people.
Yes. And then a good thing about that is in parkour, majority of the sport itself does take place outside, and that can be a little intimidating because if you don't know how to fall correctly, if you don't know how to roll correctly, and then you look at big jumps to asphalt or to concrete, it's intimidating. So we bring that into our facility where we have padded surfaces, turf, quality coaches, a spot, and progressions to get you through that. So if you were to be interested into parkour, and like I think that's a brilliant idea, we'll pitch it in the sense of she said about using it. We'll pitch it in the sense of the safety aspect of it in our facility. So I appreciate that.
That's good. Let me walk over here to Heath. While I do, what's your Instagram or Facebook? Can you guys share that with us? That way we can we'll practically go out and.
You can find us on socials on everything at NYX Training Center, whether it's Facebook, Instagram. We have a Twitter, but we don't use it. And we also have a TikTok that we will start using. But NYX Training Center on all socials.
Michael and Dara, thank y'all so much. It's really cool what y'all are doing. I know my boys would eat that up, so we may be seeing y'all before too long.
Come on down.
But to your question about how to spread the word more, I was just tuned into your website and saw y'all have like summer camps, stuff like that. I agree with what Bronson was saying about Cherokee Connect. That's an awesome resource. I'm sure y'all are probably already on it. But as far as like, there's a ton of pretty darn large neighborhoods around the Woodstock area, and I'm not part of an HOA or anything like that, but maybe tap in those and maybe try to get in the HOA newsletters to promote the summer camps. That might be a good avenue to get the word out to a lot of those families and your target demographic.
Putting that in my notes.
Colin, and then we'll go to Alexander and then Colin.
Okay. Yeah. Here and then.
So, to the question of how do we continue to bring new clients in, have you considered offering something that's maybe like a broader based appeal, like CrossFit or strength training or coaching of that nature, as sort of like a gateway drug into parkour, ninja, all that? Like, because somebody might not know what you offer or what the benefits to them are, but they're like, I'll sign up for a CrossFit class, and they see like, oh, well, like now I really want to do parkour, because it's kind of like the next logical step. So have you all considered doing something like that to kind of get more people into a broader funnel and then focus them in on what your actual target offering is?
Yes, and then so that's also a little difficult because we offer so much in the sense of not just parkour, ninja warrior, tumbling, and all of that. So we'd say to narrow it, it's just building functional athletes. Mm-hmm. So with that being the case, we have leased out space to a CrossFit gym. So if you come to our facility, you can access and have you can go to classes, whether it's for CrossFit or something that's more, we'll say, dynamic. So in that front and in that case, yes, we have. We also have our family boot camps and just boot camps in general that aren't necessarily ninja or parkour related or based, but more so just calisthenics. It's your push-ups, your pull-ups, your burpees, your laps, your medicine balls, your wall throws, things of that nature. So we have baseline classes just for fitness, and we push those along with our partner or the extra space of CrossFitting inside of the facility as well.
Cool. So this is a suggestion, you can choose to do with what you like or not. Something you may consider also that's like very close to what you do is working with what I would call tactical athletes, like people who are in the military, law enforcement, first responders, firefighters in particular. Like what they need as far as their fitness and coaching and training needs is very, very close to what you offer. So is that something you consider like trying to target as well?
Yes, because the gentleman who owns the CrossFitting gym that is subleasing space from us is I don't want to say a retired firefighter, but a former firefighter. And if I'm not mistaken, he did a lot with the fire department within the Woodstock community itself. So he just opened his location inside, or his business inside of our location last month. So all of the equipment is coming in. He has his racks, his rigs, and all of that. And we're looking at doing a combined event to where there are some aspects of what you would have in your traditional CrossFit game, and then some aspects of parkour and Ninja Warrior. So it will be an event in its own, because I don't think anyone's ever done it, and we're gonna put it together. We're going through that now, and then push it towards more of your tactical athletes. So your police officers, your first responders, your firefighters. That's in build out. It's just he has an email list for the firefighters, and I know we can take care of it on that front. And we have a wonderful gentleman whose son has been with us for the last 2, maybe 3 years, who is a retired Marine. So he and I have sat down with trying to get to some of the bases and pitching more of the obstacle challenge and build out and workshops.
Nice.
That's Mr. Oppenheim.
Because like if I was like planning to go to Army Ranger School, like what you're offering would be like right what I would need for that obstacle course. Like that's like spot on. So that's pretty cool.
Thank you. That's in the notes.
So, I'm Kyle. Y'all know me. My kid goes to this gym. We've done this, we're probably at NYX 3-4 nights a week, depending on the schedule. We were there last night, we'll be there tonight. And we'll be at Worlds this weekend. This has been, I don't know, it's something that we've really enjoyed watching our kids do. And I think that the thing that I want to say is I appreciate the focus on the kids becoming good athletes and good people. And I think this is, you know, the tough part about things like this, where you see stuff on TV, is you go, okay, well, those guys are on TV. They're at the pinnacle of their craft. You know, that's, how do you get there? I don't know how to even start that process. And I think that the process of bringing people in, making easy on-ramps is really important. So the thing I'd encourage is, if you've got kids or friends of kids or kids' friends' kids, you know what I mean? Other people that you're around, and kids are always jumping on stuff, jumping from rock to rock in parking lots, or, you know, hanging on things or climbing on things. Jump into the gym and just give them a chance to try this stuff out, because it's a lot of fun. And the thing that I was going to ask is okay, so you've talked a little about camps. A, is it too late to sign up for camps still? And then the other thing to talk about is what are the open gyms that people can show up at and just get their feet wet? Their kids can try it out. They can try it out. How does that process work? What's that easy on-ramp for new people?
Oh, sweet, yeah. So to answer his latter question, yes, we have camps whenever schools are closed. So if your child is out for Memorial Day, summer, Thanksgiving, Election Day, we will either have a day camp or a full week camp. If they're home, we're open. And then ultimately we have open gyms this summer 4 times now. 4 times throughout the week. So if you just wanted to stop by, touch some obstacles, see what it looks like, there's multiple opportunities to. We just ask that you fill out a waiver first. Yeah, it's going on. Dara wanted to say something. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Fridays are our more prevalent days. We have open gym from 4 to 9, so that whole day we dedicate just to people who might not want to jump into a class first, but just want to see the obstacles, see the facility, and for that whole 4 to 9 time block, you can just run around. It's also a really good way to get them tired. Just throwing that out there.
Let's open it up for 1, 2 more questions, possibly. Anyone have? Well, I grabbed her question. One thought for you. I've got a friend, Kyle. This is a Kyle at the karate studio. There was another Kyle. He ended up selling his karate studio, but he got into the after-school programs. Even if you come by and volunteer, get exposure. He said all the kids flooded to the karate gym. So there's a thought for you. Try to get plugged into some of the schools. Maybe come for free. Obviously, getting to sign a waiver and all that kind of stuff, but just a thought for you.
Well, that's what I was going to add. I was going to say anything you could do to partner with the schools, even on just going up to the elementary schools or going to the any PTA. All those parents love to find ways to get their kids busy and doing something. So, and it could just be as little as sponsoring. You know, I work for a credit union, and we're always trying to get into the schools as well. So we may offer to do waters for an event, for field day or something. So it's an easy way to contribute to them, but also get your name out there.
Thank you. I like that this man's taking some notes. Smart guy. One more question?
Not really a question, but I talked to you earlier. So I have a 7-year-old and a 9-year-old. So I've been to 1,000 birthday parties. My 9-year-old just had her birthday at your facility, and far and away the best party we've ever been to, besides at Tiger Rock Martial Arts. I've been teaching birthday parties for 25 years, and I've never really been to a party that really matches the enthusiasm. You guys not only match the enthusiasm, but you also have the equipment that's just awesome. So they are great. Just a quick suggestion, one thing that we did early on is we would be a free field trip destination for a lot of local daycares, that are looking out. And if you guys just have an hour that your facility is free, invite them. You'll get 40 kids in your facility. They'll let you hand out whatever you want. And I know that anyone that walks into your facility is like, all right, I'm here. I know from our birthday party, you guys have gotten like 2 other birthday parties. You have some campers, things like that. So just a suggestion, or you could even charge $5 a kid or something. But mostly the exposure of that, and the local daycares, they're looking for cheap field trip destinations. So, just reach out to Discovery Point, be like, whatever camps you're doing, we have open Wednesday, 10 to 11. You guys come in, we'll let the kids run around for an hour. You can charge a small fee for that to cover your costs, or just, advertising. So, just a suggestion.
Good deal. Some closing thoughts, and then I'll turn it back over to Lee. One thought is even Kyle. I mean, he in some ways is a quote unquote competitor, but not really. I mean, he's in the athletic community. He wants to gather kids together, similar target audience. But one thought is maybe partnering with gyms or different people in the same, because he cares about fitness and he wants his kids in that same. So maybe partnering with different gyms, different companies that stay pretty active and proactive. Maybe they'll you put some little flyers up in their gyms, things like that. So. Hey guys, you guys did a phenomenal job. I see you taking notes there. I'm almost wanting to be in their little mastermind planning session when they leave here. The minds are going to be going everywhere, but we really appreciate you guys. Guys, one more round of applause. And we're going to go to the lead.
Thank you, Justin, and thank you so much for giving them some solutions. It was a great conversation and great questions. Great job on your questions today. That was the whole purpose of this, is to be able to allow them to leave, hopefully with a nugget or two that they can put into place. So, and I will say that Hannah and I went on a little field trip last week to visit their gym, and it is a hidden gym. It is massive. It's misleading when you pull up to the facility and you go in. It's one section after another, and she was doing summer camp with 30 boys while we were trying to talk to her, and they were the most well-behaved children I have ever seen. And I was like, I know where my son's going to go next, because he could use behavior modification. So I know exactly where he's going to go. All kidding aside, we would love to see you at our next event, July 19th. We're going to skip the first Wednesday because it's around 4th of July and everyone's going to be on vacation and nobody would be coming to us. So we're going to skip to the 19th. We're going to be here at Reformation, and we're going to have acutely aware firearms instruction. So we're going to have another business present. Someone who was in corporate America, came out of corporate America and went into firearms, and she is quite amazing. They call her T-Buzz. And so she's going to come and talk to you. Love her? Okay. So spread the word about her. We'll be promoting as well. I do want to thank Bronson and Justin because they promoted us this morning at the Canton Business Club and last week at the Canton Business Club. And so I just want to give a shout out to you both for helping us spread the word. We've been talking offline about how we can get folks here. And so thank you so much for doing that. Connect with us. We would love for you to stay involved with us, get our posts, get our announcements, and then when you get tired of us, you can unsubscribe, but allow us to bug you for a little while. We would really appreciate, and then share with others, because we really, truly want to be a resource. We want to be a resource in the community for folks like these guys here that have taken a leap of faith. Wow. I mean, to open a gym, to the investment that's involved with that, the time that's involved with that. I don't know when they sleep. I don't know when half of you sleep, and I'm not sure that they do. And so we want to be a support to them. We want to rally around you. For more information just about co-ed, at the top of the meeting I talked about, we're really unique. We do business recruitment and retention, but we also do film and workforce development and working with our small businesses. So we tap into a little bit of everything to really build up the ecosystem here in Cherokee County. And so we would love for you just to stay involved. So CherokeeGeorgia.org, or if you just want to know about Fresh Start Mornings, Cherokee.com. And then we threw away the sign-in sheets because you quit using them and you wouldn't sign in anymore. And so, what's a sign-in sheet? I know. And so we have this nice little scan code here. Please scan it and let us still communicate with you. And then again, at the end of the day, if you want to unsubscribe later, you can. Any other closing thoughts from Misty or Heath, the co-ed team? Hannah?
I was just going to ask if y'all do team building for offices. I had to step out several times.
This team wants to go jump around.
I'm almost too old. They said on the numbers.
Not a thing.
She asked about team building, so the answer is yes.
So y'all all bring your offices over there, and I just want a video of it after y'all do it. Anna's already panicking that we're going to do on the show.
Send us all the bloopers, the fun part. Molly, anything you want to mention about film?
I don't think so, but I just, in hearing you speak, I just thought the power of film in boosting anyone's business visibility is exponential. So the more you can get of actual people